to the computer so that I can upload it. Hey guys, Pete Ramsey here, HVAC Greatness. We are now recording and we're here to talk to you about one of your favorite platforms, and that is Facebook. You know, social media has really taken our industry by storm, and we're not used to this kind of stuff, right? We're used to doing the old door hangers and the yellow pages, and things have changed, and now we're in a different world. And guess what? It doesn't matter what generation you're in, Generation X, Generation Z, baby boomers like me, we're all on this now, okay? So we have to find where the local hangout community is for your neighborhoods, and guess where it happens to be? It's right here on Facebook. So we've got some guest speakers here. We're going to introduce them individually. And now watch the chat box over to your right, which should be this way because it's that way for me, right? And I'm going to be posting the individual's name properly spelled out. I'm going to put their email address in there, and I'm going to put their phone number in there for those who prefer a phone call. If not, we just put the .com, which is fine too, so that if there's something that you want to follow up on with these individuals, they're so generous with their time. Obviously, they're doing this for free. They're sharing all their insights for free with you, and so you can follow up. And in some cases, we're going to have a free gift, if you will, in which those of you who participated are going to be able to enjoy. So I'll be putting that over on the right. So for now, let's just kind of lay the groundwork. So what are we here for? Facebook, right? Facebook advertising. And there are probably more strategies than all of us collectively are aware of, but we collectively know that there are two. They're the ones that you pay for, paid advertising, and there are the ones that you post. You're putting yourself out there as an HVAC contractor in your community. And we're going to call that the organic section. I think we've got Wendy covering that portion, which is equally important, because when you think about closing ratios in terms of, okay, somebody heard your message, what percentage of them are actually going to convert into an appointment and ultimately a sale? And what we're finding is this: the warmer the lead, a cold lead is somebody that doesn't know you. The warmer the lead is, the better, right? So how do you warm up your leads? Well, you do that through organic posting and putting yourself out there. Now, here's what I want to share with you from Pete, okay? HVAC greatness is about reputation. What does that mean? Well, it means developing a brand. Well, I've got a brand, Pete. I've got a logo, and I've got a good company name. I've got a slogan on my van. Well, I'm here to tell you, your brand is not that. Your brand is what your customers say about you when you are not in the room. That's your brand. That's the reality of it. So what are they saying about you? I know you're like the king of AC in my community, or, Pete's Heating and Air, the biggest, the baddest, and the best, whatever, right? We can say this all we want, but those days are gone. They're gone. Today, your brand is your reputation. So in order to convey the right message and develop the right reputation, we have to send a set of values and a set of principles out to our community that marinate in oil, that gel well with theirs, okay? So if your customer is, I'm going to give you an example. Here's this little old lady. Oh, my air conditioner went out, and I don't trust. I don't know anybody. There's this there's this man. He's going to come out to my house. Is he going to case my house? Is he on drugs? Is he on the work release program from the prison system? What is he going to, check my security system and come back and rob me later? Guys, we're thinking about contactors and relays and condensing units and furnaces and things that we know, but what we're missing is this key element. Your customer isn't concerned about that. They're concerned not about you, but about them. And if your customer is that little old lady, you need to be conveying a message that we are professionals. We are legit. We care. We take care of our customers. You have no concerns. Our employees are drug tested. They're background tested. And there are things that we can do with our processes and systems that communicate that indirectly, but very effectively. So what message are you sending? Okay, so we want to communicate values. Okay, this is my personal values. What are your values? My values are, you need to be honest with me. I want somebody of integrity. I don't want to deal with some shyster over there trying to take advantage of me and rip me off to make their maximum profits. I don't want to do business with people like that. I want to do business with people who are fair, who are honest, who have integrity. All right? Integrity, honesty. So what's the second one for me? Professionalism. I want to do business with somebody that respects me and they conduct themselves in a way that's professional, right? I want to do business with somebody who cares. You know what? How many times, try this on your next call. When you are interacting with a customer, you pull out, let's see if I can get here, a notebook and a pen, and you say, can you repeat that to me and write it down? Are you really? And you write this down. And what this does is this communicates that you're actually listening to them. We are so overwhelmed, and it comes with the territory, guys. We have to rise above this. We're so overwhelmed with the stress that comes with HVAC, the business operation, that we miss that personal connection. And I'm telling you, I know you because I was you. I am you. We did the best possible work that existed in HVAC. And we knew that the equipment was perfect. That equipment was loving us. But if that customer doesn't love us too, you will not be back. And that's what this is all about. So here's what we're going to do. I just want to convey this out here. When you put yourself out, you're not a heating and air conditioning contractor. You're somebody that has values, that has a personality that's unique. Not strange, unique. I know you're saying Pete's a little strange sometimes, and that's okay. But look at it this way. What one quality do you have? What one quality do you have that is so prevalent that you're almost what's the expression? Anal retentive? Excuse my expression. You're crazy about it. It's got to be this way, right? Then that might be your feature quality. And when you're putting yourself out there, we care. You know, and you're pulling off and helping little old ladies cross the street, whatever it is to demonstrate this, we care. And if you're putting up pictures, let me clarify this, and we're going to move on. If you're putting up pictures of your beautiful furnace, of that condensing unit with that line set going boom, boom, 90-degree angles, it goes through the wall sleeved, right, with proper caulking and sealing, and everything's just so beautiful. It goes up the side of the wall in a channel, right? Your flue pipe, your gas pipe, your ventilation, everything is so good. You take a picture of that, and I, Pete, will love you for that. But your customer could give a care less. They care about what is in it for them. Those are external problems that you're solving that ultimately solve internal problems, which is what we're targeting. And that's what we're going to talk about right now. So, hey, John Eaton, are you there, my brother? How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm here, Pete. Pretty good. Can you hear me?
You know what? We hear you, and we also see your little puppy dog going out the door. I guess that was boring. Okay.
I got this wide view camera so I can see like my whole room, and obviously I don't have control over him, so he does whatever he wants. So he'll probably make some noise in the background there.
I hear you. Now, listen, guys, John has been around a long time. I know he's young. You know, I look at my son and I look at this guy. They're like about the same age. But he and his father have been in the game a long time. They started way back with the Google pay-per-clicks and website SEO. And now John is heading up the section on Facebook, and he does paid advertising, and he's really cautious on who he shares some of his secrets with because he's got it dialed in. He's run all the tests besides test, and ultimately he knows what works. And so, John, please share with us. I'm going to turn it over to you. Go ahead and talk for about 5 or 10 minutes, and we're going to take some questions and share with us some of your insights and see what we can do for our HVAC community.
So I'm going to share my screen and let me know if you guys can see this. Can you see just my PowerPoint?
Yes, perfect.
Facebook part 2.
You look good.
Cool. Okay, so I'm not going to start it because it's going to go widescreen, and I have a really big screen. So I don't know how that's going to look on everybody's screen.
You're fine.
So I threw this presentation together for you guys because 10 minutes is not enough to talk about paid Facebook ads. It's just not enough time. But I put together some key notes everyone should take some notes for, and what you should look out for, and overall get you guys started. If you're really looking to run ads in-house, here is some nuggets of gold that you can take away from this and get started on your own. So let's jump into it. The first slide I got is, paid advertisement is such a broad term because, in my opinion, you can do literally anything when it comes to advertising, right? You can do lead generation. You can literally just do brand awareness, video engagement, website traffic, etc. If it comes to, traditional advertising, you can pretty much do it on Facebook. Lead generation is usually the most popular because everybody's out hunting for leads and things like that. But anything that you run on Facebook is going to generally get you brand awareness, whether that's just boosting a post or sending out ads to get leads or anything when it comes to running Facebook ads. Your brand's going to get out there and you're going to get good reach. What's the best to run? Like I said, lead generation is usually the most popular because everyone's out there hunting for leads, but it really depends on your goals as a business, what's your budget, and what's your expectations, right? I talk to clients all the time and, their goals are, well, I want to grow my business. All right, cool. Well, let's put in strategies. Let's run 3 different campaigns. Let's run a lead generation campaign. Let's run a video campaign, and let's just run a brand awareness campaign, right? And so we have all these different campaigns running in the background, but obviously the number one goal is to generate leads. But all those paid ads really help because they're all being seen. Now, in this short little presentation, I didn't want to go into the mechanics of how to create a Facebook ad because it's just not enough time. You guys, if you're serious about it, you can go to YouTube, you can look this up. There's so many videos and there's so much content online for you to figure out how to set up and run a Facebook ad. But these are kind of just notes that you guys should be aware of. The other thing I have listed here is split test, right? One of my clients I recently brought on, he had Facebook actually help him set up a ad, and he ran it for 4 months. He spent $2,500 and he only ran one ad for 4 months. And when we had our initial conversation, I was like, you didn't split test it. So you have no idea if another ad would have resulted in better sales. And he's like, I just, I set it up and I let it go. And so split testing is super crucial, whether it's literally the image of the ad, the headline of the ad image, the audience, landing page. I mean, you can do it all, right? And so split testing is super, super crucial. Think differently, right? Facebook is social media. Keep it social. If someone comments on your ad, respond to them. Drop a GIF in there. You don't have to be super, super professional on Facebook because that's not this platform, right? Use emojis. Whatever you're talking about, whether it's furnaces, maybe it's summertime, use some fire emojis to express, everyone's hot, some emojis with people sweating, right? Don't just say, buy my stuff. I come across people running call ads, right? I see this time and again with HVAC businesses that say, local family-owned company, call us now. How is that going to work if someone is sitting on their couch and they're watching TV and they see that ad and their furnace is running just fine and they have absolutely no problems? That ad is totally irrelevant to them because they don't need to call you. But, 2 weeks down the road, when they come home, their furnace breaks, they're going to pull up their phone and they're going to Google a company, or they already have a company they're going to call. So call ads I've never had good success with. But good ads that you can run are offer ads, right? Do you have a AC tune-up coming up? Do you have a furnace tune-up coming up? Maybe you do duct cleaning. Figure out what type of entry-level offer your business can offer a customer to get them in the door to, bring them on as a lifelong customer. Shoot short in-house videos. I literally shot a 60-second video with one of my clients on my iPhone, right? Because, like I said, it's social. Your camera can shake. You can literally hold your phone, walk by your building, or wherever you want to, take a short little video and use that in your advertisement. Because what that's going to do is that actually is going to stop the scroll. When someone is scrolling through the news feed, they're gonna be like, hey, this guy's talking in a video, rather than just this image that says special, right? Because they see that stuff time and again. How to judge metrics. This can be tricky. I just want to hit some key notes is, cost per click is powerful, click-through rate, cost per lead, frequency, and optimize. So little gold nugget here for you is if your cost per click, whether you're advertising to a landing page and your cost per click is low, but your cost per lead is really high, that means there's a disconnect between the ad and the landing page. So you have to get that connection back. You have to split test your landing page and figure out what's going on. I'm getting a lot of traffic, but no one's converting. No one's filling out my form on my website to get said offer, right? Frequency, be careful with this. I don't like to go higher than a 4. Some people run ads for months and months and months, and they don't ever stop them or optimize them or anything. But the reality is people don't want to see your ad more than typically 4 times on their newsfeed, because then they get tired of your brand and they just get frustrated, and then they actually start hiding your ad, which is negative on Facebook's side, and you can actually get in trouble for that. So optimize, like I said, keep control of these metrics, know what they mean. And like I said, I don't have enough time to really go into them. You can look them up. Click-through rate means that if your click-through rate is really, really low, like 0.3%, that means that your ad is not engaging your audience. So you need to figure out who your audience is and really what you're offering them. And then just a little conclusion here. One thing I cannot stress enough is literally split test everything. Right now, I just started a new campaign for a client, and I'm running 20 different ads because I want to know which works the best. I'm doing new ad copy. The image is different. I'm doing a different headline, and I'm doing a different lead form. Keeping the audience, actually I am doing a different audience too. So I'm actually split testing every single one of these in 2 different campaigns. And so it's super crucial because you'll never know. If you just run a generic ad out and you sit there and you're like, the ad ran, I don't really know what it did. But if you run 4 ads and you look at your metrics and figure out, okay, this ad is getting a lot lower cost per click, maybe I'll keep that ad running. And that's when I want to stress, optimize those ads. Make sure you watch your running ads. I log in and check every single one of my accounts pretty much daily, and I figure out which ads are working, and the ones that are working, keep them running. The ones that aren't, I just stop them. If you do run an ad campaign and you're happy with the results and you're getting leads, you're getting good traffic to your website, you're getting good video views, don't edit that campaign. Because when you edit it, if you edit the ad, you edit the ad set or the campaign itself, it throws it back into the learning phase on Facebook, and it basically restarts the whole process. It restarts Facebook's whole algorithm, and you're back to ground zero basically. So that is my conclusion, my little spiel. Hopefully I didn't talk too quick for you guys, and that's what I got.
No, that's perfect, John. Hey, wanted to throw this out. The emphasis, and I took notes, emphasis on the split testing. 20 ads for one client? Are you that thorough? Talk to me. How do you justify 20?
I mean, I can run 50 if I want, but he has a pretty good budget I'm spending $20 a day. He's giving me $20 a day to play around with, and I'm split testing three audiences. So I'm doing 35 to 45, 46
Wow.
to 55, and then 56 through 65 plus. And then I'm split testing a headline, and I'm split testing the ad copy. So like the ad text or whatever. I call it the ad copy because that's what advertisers call it.
So ultimately, you're measuring the effect of each element within the content, but because it's all presented as one impression, we have to kind of break those out into all these different split tests. That makes really good sense. I would like to ask the group. Hang on, John. I would like to ask the group, if you have a question for John, now's the time. We've got about 6 minutes with John. Please bring it on. What you got? Go ahead, John. Go ahead and elaborate.
We got one chat. He says, how many days do you split test for with $20 a day? So John said that. That's a good question. You know, it's frustrating because Facebook's always changing, and they're coming out with the campaign budget optimization, which they came out with a year ago, but they're really stressing that that is going to be the only option. So like I set, you know, $20 campaign level, and then I have 3 ad sets, and then in each one of those ad sets, I have 2 ads. And then in another campaign, I basically do the exact same thing. So I guess technically I'm not running 20 ads. I'm only running, you know, like 15 or something, but still you get the point. With split testing, I mean, it depends. I like to maybe spend too much to get enough data, because that's how I do things is, you know, some campaign I might run for a week and figure out, you know, okay, this ad generated 3 leads, this ad generated 0 leads. Obviously I'm going to turn that one off, but the data with that ad made sense. So where was the disconnect between the ad and the lead form, right? And so everything I run, I use to, you know, optimize. You always optimize going forward. So hopefully that answers your question, John. But typically, I mean, you can split test for as long until you get the results that you want. So.
Yeah. John Carmichael says thanks. Real quick, one of my very best friends, who's part of our community, he goes by the name of iPhone. He wants to know what type of ads are working best. Give us a nugget, John. You've been doing this a long time. Share something with.
So it's frustrating because what I did 6 months ago isn't working right now. I spent, you know, a good chunk of money and it basically flopped. And so I was like, what happened in 6 months that isn't working now? So I had to like restart my thought process. Right now for 2 of my clients, I'm going to start with the other one, but what I'm doing is I'm doing a ductless and a furnace campaign that literally is asking people if they qualify for rebates and 0% interest. And he goes through Wells Fargo financing and stuff. So obviously not everybody gets approved for that, but a lot of people do. And so, yeah, I mean, literally I'm throwing out the rebates. I'm like, do you qualify for, you know, X off plus 0% interest financing on a new furnace? And then, you know, I go into it. So that one right now is actually performing. Those 2 are performing pretty well. So
good. Excellent.
And owner didn't set my name up.
No, that was Paul. I was ragging. That's my fault. I was ragging on him for calling himself iPhone. And he said, "Oh, I'm so sorry." So it was Paul. So we're good on that. Thank you so much. Now, listen, guys, we've got about 2 minutes left with John, and we're going to move on to Wendy. But for now, let's talk about these ads. Bring us another question. I'll start to fill in the silence. You talked about this disconnect between the ad and the landing page. Can you elaborate on that? I didn't quite catch that fully. Maybe the others
so
did.
Your click-through rate. So if you have a high click-through rate, like a 5% or, you know, even a 2 or 3% click-through rate, that means that your audience likes your ad. They're clicking through your ad to your landing page or your lead form. But if no one's converting on that lead form or your landing page, then there's a disconnect, right? So that means your ad and your audience are dialed in, but your landing page isn't. So you have to restructure your landing page, maybe move the headline around, or literally do, the smallest things can make the biggest difference. Does that make sense, Pete?
It does. And I'm going to ask you to bear with me while I mute somebody. I can't figure out who it is. We've got another question in the chat before you move on, and it was Josh, but I had to move that out of the way. Let's see your chat. Josh says, John, are you seeing Facebook leads form working better than landing pages?
Yes, I am right now, Josh. That's just because it's so much easier for someone to fill out their info. However, I will say that typically, if someone lands on a landing page, like on your website, and they fill out your form, they're typically a higher quality lead because it takes longer to do. They're on your website. They waited for your website to load and all that. If they're just clicking on your ad and opening up the lead form and Facebook's just auto-populating that info, they click submit, typically they might not necessarily be as high quality.
Perfect. Good. Felipe had his hand raised. Let me see. I'm going to unmute you, Felipe.
Darren said,
maybe.
What's discouraging is Facebook's always changing the game for paid ads. Yeah, it is, Darren, and that's why, people like our game. So it is somewhat frustrating.
Okay, I just muted that. Sorry.
No worries. So
okay,
I think that's it for you.
Sorry. Felipe, jump on here. Here's your chance. But unmute yourself. I tried to unmute you and I couldn't. Maybe you're doing something on your end.
Can you hear me now?
I hear you in the airplane. Keep going, baby. Keep going.
I apologize. I'm out in the field, so I just jumped into this phone. Hey, I'm somebody new. I never any type of advertising on Facebook. It's just me and two guys, and I'm actually looking into start advertising because I want to grow the company. And I want to know what's the best strategy or how do I start?
Did you watch for the last 10 minutes or were you MIA?
Yes, I did. I was watching how what you were saying, but I don't know. I don't have any campaigns, and I never done any type of advertising.
Yeah, well, hey, Felipe, unless Pete's got to say something.
No, you go. If round out your thought because we're going to have to transition. But go ahead, John.
Yeah. So Felipe, real quick, either here's your two options: pay someone who knows what they're doing to do it for you, or do it yourself, learn it yourself, and trial and error, my friend. Those are your two options, in my opinion.
Yep. Good points. And Felipe, just hang on, hold that thought because we're not done. We've just talked about the advertising portion. Wendy, get up. Get ready, Wendy. You can take outside of actually paying for ads, get engaged in local Facebook communities that are in your local area, and you can start building relationships or at least a reputation in your local community. Okay, so that's what we want to focus on. Wendy, are you there? Thank you, John. By the way, I'm going to be putting up some information how you can get a hold of John. I'm going to put it over in the group, over in the chat. As Wendy's talking, I'll do the same for Wendy. I'll do the same for Thomas, so that you've got contact on this. And if you watch the recording, it'll be across the bottom of the video. Wendy, are you there? Wendy. I just unmuted you. Try it again.
Hey.
There you go. Sorry about that. I think I muted you. Yep. We're here.
Hey.
Welcome.
Hey. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Hey, from Kansas City, everybody, where it is freezing. It's snowing. So since nobody else is home tonight, I have my thermostat at 70, so I can do whatever I want. So I'm going to be talking about, like Pete said, organic traffic. Can you hear me?
Yes, very good.
Okay. You're looking around like you can't hear me. Okay. Organic traffic on your Facebook page, how to get the traffic, how to be seen, and how to build your brand on Facebook. So why have a Facebook page? You keep it on you, Pete. I don't need to be large for everybody, but so why have a Facebook page?
Just FYI, what you're seeing is not what they're seeing. When you're speaking,
no.
you're activated. You're on cue. You go get it, girl. Go get it.
I will share my screen in a little bit, but for now it's way too much windy for everybody. But anyway, so why have a Facebook page? Why post in Facebook? So it's because that's where all the cool kids are, I guess. So it is the biggest social platform out there. Your target audience is definitely on Facebook. It's a social platform, so keep that in mind when you're posting. People are not there to buy anything HVAC related. In fact, they have no concern for what you're selling. Let's be real, okay? Until they need your services, right? So you want to build the relationship, build the brand, become their trusted advisor before they need your services. So how do you, so people go to your Facebook page to learn about you. What's your message? Are you local? What's your brand? What's your story? And they do that by going on your Facebook as well. Let's face it, probably more. I think people see Facebook as a more relevant, easier tool to use. They're going to go there to learn about your brand. They're going to see, what are you posting? What are you saying? What's your message? Do you look like a company I want to do business with? So make sure your profile and your headline picture conveys that kind of thing. They're looking at also, like, how many page likes do you have? Page likes mean something, and on the other hand, they don't. So I'll get to the other hand in a minute. But if they're there checking you out, then they want to see how many likes you have on your page. So if you've got 1,500 likes and say another page, that says something different than a page that has 42 likes. And if they see that your last post was in June, they might think, well, this company's not really with it. They're not even on Facebook, for God's sake. So maybe they're too old school for me. I don't know. So trust me, Facebook and what you do on Facebook, you're being judged by that, okay? So you want to really be up to date in Kansas City with your Facebook. So how do we build your audience on Facebook, okay? It's not just the likes. So it's by getting people to see your post. So I would need to tell you now, in case you don't know, just because you have 1,500 likes on your Facebook page, they don't all see your posts, okay? You're going to post up something, and Facebook is going to show that to 2% of your audience. Only 2% of the people that like your page are seeing your posts, okay? And they've got this thing with the ugly word called algorithm, and it's there to hide all the boring posts, right? So when you make a post, it's got to be fun, engaging, and Facebook's going to put that post up there, and it's going to wait, and the clock's going to start ticking. And as soon as somebody starts put a like or a share or a click or put a comment in there or watch the video, then it's going to show it to more people. It's going to roll it out to more of your audience. But if nothing happens in the first couple of minutes, it's dead in the water. So you need things that are engaging to get people to see your posts, right? For more people to see your posts. Otherwise, your reach is going to be very small. So how often and I'll talk about what kind of posts are engaging in a little bit. How often should you be posting? As long as you're consistent, I say once a day. So as long as they are good, engaging posts, and Facebook can see that people like what you're doing, once a day is enough. You can do 5 days a week. You don't have to do the weekends. So 20 posts a month is what I do for the pages that I post on. So what should you be posting? Well, let's stick to the 80-20 rule. First of all, like you should be doing with your emails as well. So when you're talking to people, you want to do 80% entertaining, educating, and 20% selling your services, okay? So you're going to rarely post about your business, but your engaging posts can have to do with your business, right? You can do something fun and relate it back to what you do and what you offer. And with engaging posts, video is king. Facebook. You're on Facebook longer. Why do they want you to be on Facebook longer? So they can show you ads. Have you ever noticed if you watch a Facebook ad, when that, I watch a Facebook video. When that video is over, another video comes up, okay? If you're like me, an hour later, you're trying to go to sleep, you've watched an hour's worth of Facebook videos, and then I get mad at myself. So, but the longer you're on Facebook, the better for Facebook. So that's why they like video. Okay, so now I'm going to go, I want to go to a screen, I want to go to screen share and show you guys a couple of highly engaging posts that I did recently. Oh, shameless plug. Here's how to like someone's Facebook page. Go to HVAC Profit Vault and hit like right here. No. Okay, how do I share my screen? Let's see.
I had to unmute. Sorry, there's a green button at the bottom. Green button at the bottom. Yep.
Okay. Got to get to that. Okay, here we go. Sorry about that. All right, can you see it?
Not yet. I can't. Nope.
I'm clicking on the.
Yeah, the green button that says share, and then you have to select which of these screens that are open you want to share. Sorry, I should have explained that.
It's
my bad.
And it's blue on. I hit it and it's blue on my screen. It's highlighted. I hit the screen I want to share.
Okay, not sure.
Shoot. Sorry, guys.
You're good. You're good.
No. Oh, share. I got it. Here it is. Here we go.
We got you. Good.
I had to hit share after I picked this page. Okay, so I'm going to show you some highly engaging posts. So I'm going to get to a page. Sorry about that. I'm going to get to a page that I do posting on. And I'm going to go over here. I'm going to hit more. And I'm going to go to insights. This is how you can see all your posts and see how engaging they are and see what your numbers are. So if I go to posts and I go down here, here's all the posts in date order, time-stamped order. And here's your reach. Here's how many people in your audience, which is how many Facebook likes you have. Here's how many people saw that post, okay? This right here, that's a lot. That's a paid ad. Nope, that's not. I'll get back to that in a second. I want to show you a couple of highly engaging Facebook posts. This one right here, this one says, here's a list of everyone who will be sad to see summer go. Did we miss anyone? So what do people like? What do they like? What do they like to hear? Their own name, right? So they want to click on here and see if their name's in here. So they go through and click on everything. It's not, why is it not clicking? Anyway, they click through to see there we go. So I'm clicking through to see my name. I go to the W's because my name is Wendy and it's not there, dang it. Which was disappointing because I was sad to see summer go. And by the way, I didn't make this post. I saw it on another Facebook page, which brings me to a point. You guys don't have to reinvent the wheel. Go to another part of the country and follow a couple of Facebook pages and see what they're doing, right? If you see something that's highly engaging, copy it, not directly, but change the image, change the wording, but just get some ideas from other people out there. They're in the home service industry whose target customer is the same as yours. So this one reached 360 people. That's because 48 people clicked on here to see their name, and we had 3 comments. So 360, this Facebook page has 1,600 likes. So that's among some of the top engaging posts that we have, 300 to 500. Here's another one. Let's see, I gotta go to see more. One more I wanted to show you. Where'd it go? Okay, right here. This one right here, vote. Where is your thermostat set at? Okay, so this is an engaging post that's not selling anything, but it does relate to what you do. So that's always a bone of contention, I think, with 2 people in the household. One of them likes to sleep when it's hot. One of them likes it cold when they're going to go to sleep, right? So we had 57 people click on these icons and 9 people comment. So that's what brought this up to 507 people reached. So that's almost a third of their audience, and that's pretty good. That's the highest post, highest organic post that we've had that we did not boost. And then I want to show you something else in the comments that you guys should be doing. First of all, answer all your comments, like John mentioned. Answer everybody, or hit like on everyone that comments on your stuff, and answer any questions. That's just shows anybody looking at your Facebook page that you're with it, that you're up to date on the digital stuff that's going on. And another thing you should do is circle back to your own posts and comment. So I let a day or 2 go by when this was doing pretty good, and I went back in here and I said, did everyone vote? Click on your preference. So kind of circle back and ask a follow-up question that puts it back up in the news feed. You're going to show it to more people and just, get more engagement that way. Okay. So, and here's another, let's see. I wanted to show you another post that was not very engaging, and that would be the 20%. I gotta switch my, let's see, shut this down. Why am I not? I'm trying to show you something else that's not on the screen. Sorry.
No, you're good. While you do that, I wanted to actually throw a question out.
Okay.
By the way, Wendy's cramming so much into her 15 minutes, bless her heart. You're not going to get all this, but here's one of the takeaways. Did you realize that you have a dashboard for your posts? And we're not talking about paid advertising, they have to track all that stuff, but your regular post, you go in that section called Insights, and you can see what's working and what's not. Great job.
Right.
And here's what I learned from you tonight, Wendy, is go back to your own comments and repost. I do these posts sometimes where I'll do a poll, and did you vote? That was your comment. Gosh, I just kind of leave it and let it go. Shame on me. Thank you, Wendy. But did you find what you're looking for?
Oh my gosh. Let's see. Oh, news share. What's this?
Okay.
No,
in the meantime, while I'm looking for that, please throw your questions up for Wendy, because we're getting ready to transition over to Thomas in just a couple of seconds here. But we want to make sure that we give her the opportunity to reply to any questions that we have while we've got her.
I have a couple of
attention.
Okay. I do have a couple of follow-up comments. I'll explain to you this post that I was going to show you. I'm sorry. Basically, I came across it, and it says if your HVAC system is old and needs replacing, now is the time to act. And it's just a picture of a living room, right? There's nothing to tell me why I should act now, why I should consider an upgrade. So if you're going to use your 20% sales post and try to sell your services, hit it hard. Put a link in there that says schedule your free estimate now. Let them know what your promotion is. Tell them if you have 24 months financing. Don't just go light on it and show a picture. You've really got to hit it when you're going to do your 20% sales post. And then I had a couple of just comments I want to end with, a couple of tools to give you guys. There's a thing called Canva, canva.com. It is a free tool. It kind of turns you into your own graphic designer. I can get off stop share. Makes you into your own graphic designer, because you can go into Canva and there's all kinds of templates there for Facebook ads and Facebook posts. You can pick a picture and put your logo and your words over the picture and put it up on Facebook, and you look like you paid somebody $200 to make that graphic for you. And Canva is free. There's a paid version where you can have access to more pictures and more videos, but I've never used the paid version. But there's another thing called promo.com, promo.com. It is $99 a month, but wow, it's phenomenal. I use it, and it is it's videos. It's a video library, and they're short and long videos. So you can just go in there and grab a video, and you can put your own subtitles on it, your own copy on it, and put your logo on it. So boom, there you've got a video to put on Facebook. So promo.com, you should definitely check out. And they also have a list of, oddball holidays, and they'll make videos for just those oddball holidays, like Candy Day is this month. They've got a couple of videos that you can use on Candy Day to tell your customers Happy Candy Day. The other thing I kind of skipped over was another reason why you want your post to be highly engaging is Facebook is going to come to know that you throw out good stuff, right? So if you have a highly engaged post tonight, throw out one of your 20%ers tomorrow, one of your sales posts tomorrow morning, and there's a high probability that Facebook's going to say, well, last time they put something up, it was good. I might show this one to more than 2% today, right? So that's why it's important to have people engaged in your posts, and not as important as how many likes you have on your Facebook page. So
Wendy, thank you so much.
Go ahead.
No, it's so awesome. It's so awesome. So we've got canva.com if we want to do our own graphics design, and we got promo.com for this video library that we can take and overlay our stuff. That is so good. That's so good. Josh asked in the comments, I want to throw this in at you in case you didn't see that.
I'm
Share
not seeing the
posts.
comments.
No worry. I got this for you. Share posts in local community buy, sell, trade pages. Huge amount of reach. He says we regular reach a few thousand people for free, but any cautions, do not sell in those posts. Your thoughts?
Well, that's different than posting organically on your own Facebook page. That's going into the buy sell group and making a post in there. So that's really kind of not, it's not the same thing, I don't think. It's a good thing to do. I know a lot of guys do it because it's definitely local,
Absolutely. And that's what we have to do is we have to reach out. So it's a balance, but we really appreciate what you've brought so far. Now, guys, FYI, Wendy's been around a long time. She's not just in the service industry, which she obviously is. She does a host of things.
What, am I old?
But no, well, you're just way too young to have 8 years HVAC specific. No. What are you like 19? Come on, when you start when you're 10. So I'm messing with you. So HVACprofit.com, she's got, and I put everything over in the comments. Guys, go in there and pick this out if you want. Pre-made, ready to go Facebook monthly posts, a post a month in advance, already done for you. Sales letters, campaigns, social media, radio ads, billboards, websites, leave behind flyers, whole 9 yards. So this is what she does, and maybe she'll throw a little. Not only that, but on the end of this, but we really appreciate Wendy's time. She volunteered this for free. Hopefully you guys got something out of this. Wendy, any last thoughts before we transition over to Thomas?
Yeah, it's HVACprofitvault.com. Just to correct, HVACprofitvault.com. Yeah, and I think you're going to let them know how they can get their free gifts. So that's okay. What I was going to offer you guys for coming on tonight is I have a couple of lists. One is 7 engaging post ideas for HVAC, and the other one is 11 ways to more engagement on Facebook. And also 52-week marketing plan. It's kind of just a general outline for you guys to set your whole year up, and that's over at HVAC Profit Vault also.
Ooh, free gift. We love you, Wendy. Free gift. So email her at wendy@hvacprofitvault.com. I don't know where I messed up. I'm really good at messing up, so I apologize for that. So thank you so much, Wendy. We really appreciate it. Any last questions before we transition? Here's your chance. Thomas, you ready? Okay, so let's introduce Thomas Eder. He is over at HVAC Engines, and he's really similar in what his business model is, probably closer to John. Wendy's totally different. And, Dennis is different again, but Thomas, can you jump in on with us and start sharing some of your content? And don't be afraid to present your philosophical angles that may differ from. Hang on a minute. Mute. Okay. Do I get it? That's the thing on these live babies. Don't be afraid to be different, because we know that you think differently. You approach this differently. John's got his angle. You got your angle. I've got my angle. Wendy's got her angle. Let us have it, buddy. Let's see what you got. Thank you so much for coming in, John.
All right, you good to go?
We're good to go.
Okay. All right, let's do this. So yeah, John covered a lot of the bases on how to run Facebook ads, and I want to talk about something a little bit different that kind of adds to that and builds on it. I want to talk about how to be successful with Facebook ads, and I'm not going to talk about running ads. I'm going to talk about something else here. There are a couple of factors that separate the winners from the losers when it comes to running Facebook ads. And the difference between these clients succeeding and failing comes down to a couple things. It's very simple, and I've seen this play out a lot. And I'd say easily the number one roadblock to your success if you don't have it figured out. So the number one trap I see clients falling into is treating Facebook leads like any other lead on the internet. The truth is most HVAC businesses are completely unprepared to handle Facebook leads. I see it all the time. Facebook leads are a much different beast than Google SEO or PPC leads or referrals or leads from any other source. I've got clients that are building massively successful businesses on the back of Facebook advertising, and I have clients that struggle to see a return on investment. It just happens. And here's the thing, these are the exact same leads from client to client. It's not like one client's getting better leads than the other client. It's just not how it works. You have some regional differences and differences in offers that you're running, but for the most part, the quality is the same across the board with all the clients. And the only difference is in how the client is handling the leads once they come in, how they take that raw material, those raw opportunities, and turn it into cash in hand. So I want to look at three things, and we're going to look at the three things you need to be doing to be successful with Facebook ads once the leads start coming in. And like I said before, running ads from my perspective is the easy part. I actually probably do more work with clients, helping them manage these leads as they're coming in and coaching them through that sort of handling process. So number one in the list is called speed to lead. The faster you call a new lead, the higher your conversion from lead to appointment or estimate. This is absolutely critical. Studies have shown that lead conversions are up to 400% higher if you call within 1 minute of a new lead coming in. And I know that's not always possible for everybody, especially if you're a small business, you're an owner operator that's doing quotes, that's doing jobs, wearing a whole bunch of different hats. But if you can get somebody into a CSR position that can answer phones during business hours, your conversion rate on those leads is going to go through the roof. And to further that stat, if you wait more than an hour, this conversion rate drops off to about 36%. And then we see some really weird stuff after the 24-hour mark. Leads will even completely forget that they opted in for any information after 24 hours. So it's really important to get to them while they're hot. The second thing is lead tracking, and I'm unfortunately continually surprised by how many people don't have a system for tracking inbound leads once they come into your business. And I'm sure this is something that Pete harps on all the time, but it's something as simple as having a CRM, a customer relationship management software, just a place to put the leads when they come in so you know what they inquired about, when to follow up next, just something to keep track of them as they come in. And the third part is follow-up, and this is really critical when it comes to Facebook leads. And this is where, like I was saying before, business owners are typically unprepared to handle Facebook leads because they assume they're like Google leads. When Google leads come into your business, there's a lot of intent there. They either have an immediate issue, like a breakdown, or they're looking to have work done right away. With Facebook leads, you can get the exact same type of jobs, but the intent is a little bit different. So when that lead comes in, you have to follow up with them continually. And the stats we see are about 5 to 6 or 7 follow-ups. For the extreme end of the scale, you'll probably get them on the phone within 1 or 2 or 3 calls. But the clients that are absolutely crushing it with Facebook ads are the ones that are the hustlers. They're completely relentless when it comes to following up their leads. I mean, you get that list of leads in, and it's a list of opportunities. It's a list of money waiting to fall into your pocket if you take advantage of it. And this is absolutely critical of Facebook. You can't let those leads lapse. You can't let them get old. You've got to wring everything you can out of those leads, and that's how you're going to make the money. The clients that fail with this system, fail with Facebook advertising, will call a lead once, maybe leave a voicemail, and then they'll get back to me a week later and say like, hey, we can't get these leads on the phone. And I ask them what their process looks like, and I find out they're only calling them once. And it's just not going to fly. So consistent lead tracking, speed to lead, follow-up, like I said, is non-negotiable with Facebook leads. And this is kind of the attitude you have to take when you're dealing with these inbound leads from Facebook. You've got to stay on top of these people. They will convert into sales. You've just got to follow the process, and you got to do it day in, day out. So that's all I've got for you guys here.
Don't hear you.
Are you there?
Pete, don't hear you.
Pete, you're muted. He's still talking. Oh.
Dude, I've been on mute this whole time. Are you kidding me? Why didn't somebody say something? Dude,
I was hitting you up in the chat.
I had the best content, the best input, and you'll never know what I said. Jeez, I'm sorry. So no wonder
Go for it again.
Okay, so Paul, yeah, that's fine. Thomas, Paul was asking about, we're wearing all these hats, right? So is there a good way to capitalize on leads, even if you can't respond, have the appointment the same day? You can read into that what you want. It sounds like a systems question for me.
Yeah, I mean, it's not ideal, obviously. There are a couple things you can do. There's a couple things that I do. When we get that lead that comes in, we'll send them an email, and then we'll send them an SMS message. And what we're trying to do there is get them to call into the office right away instead of just sitting there as a cold lead. It doesn't always work. I mean, if you can't pick up the phone, that's all going to help. I mean, as your business grows, I would say, seriously consider putting somebody in that sort of customer service rep role. It's going to be pretty important.
Good. And let's see, there was another question here. Okay, well, let me ask a question while I've got you. So the speed of the lead, guys, we're not really set up for this, but maybe as we are redefining the HVAC success business model, we're going to have to tweak and adapt for this. What was that statistic again that you mentioned, Thomas, and on answering within that first minute? You said that after an hour it drops to 36%. What was that first minute statistic again?
It's on average 400% higher, and that's in relation to another stat that I don't have in here. I think that's in relation to the 15-minute stat. But yeah, it's a substantially higher conversion rate if you can get them within 60 seconds. If you think about it, somebody's scrolling through Facebook on their phone, they see your ad, they think your offer is interesting, and they opt in. 60 seconds later, the phone starts ringing and they see it's you calling. They're going to pick up the phone. They're already on the phone. It's fresh in their mind. They just opted in for it. You're going to be able to have a conversation with that person while they're warm. If you let it sit, like I said, we see some really funny stuff with leads that sit for more than 24 hours. They will literally forget that they ever opted in, and a client will get them on the phone and they'll be like, why are you calling us? I don't remember this. I don't know what's going on here. But if you call them quickly, like in under 15 minutes, they're ready to go. So it's just about capitalizing on that opportunity as it comes in.
And repeat that statistic one more time. What percentage within the first minute? It messed up.
It's a little less than 400% higher as compared to 15 minutes.
400%. Oh my gosh. So we had to respond quickly. I'm listening to Paul. Paul's just having a fit about this. He's like, I'm a one-man operation. I can answer within an hour. What am I going to do? How do I improve this? So obviously that's going to be a systems challenge, but the stats are the stats, Paul. So what we have to do is just do the best we can with what we have. But ultimately, if
send them a text message, Paul.
Yeah.
If you can't get them on the phone right away, just send them a text. Say, hey, I'm busy. I'll call you back real quick.
Yeah,
just anything to start the conversation.
Auto response, but respond within that. That's a really good point. Thank you, Thomas. So, yeah. So let's see here. Follow up and prepared 5 to 7. Be relentless on your follow-ups. I think, geez, I hate pushing people. If you're like me as an HVAC business owner, like I was, I would not push anybody. If you're interested, fine, but I'm not going to pressure you. But by the same token, when you calculate the cost per lead, not per customer, per opportunity to become a customer, is really quite expensive, either in dollars and cents or, like Wendy was teaching, in your time and energies. So either whatever you have more of right now, more time or more money, you want to get the most return out of the investment of that, and that requires quick response, because we today, going into 2020, we have a high need for instant validation. We need quick response. We need to know now because our attention span is so limited. Let's open it up for questions for Thomas. We have gone over the hour, but that's okay. We'll wrap this up. Make sure everybody's questions get answered. Guys, please throw your questions in and make sure that you get an answer here. Josh asked, do you have a platform you use to automate follow-up and get them into some type of a funnel?
Yeah, there are options. It's client by client. It depends on the existing systems. When we work with larger companies that have several people that answer phones in office, it's just it's easier to just plug in to what they've already got. So we run the leads directly into their office. We try to get leads to call in, but if you've got somebody in there that's dedicated in that position that can call them right away, that works best. Some of the smaller companies that can't follow up, like I said, we send out SMS and email notifications to the lead, asking them to call into the office. We can continue to send those notifications at regular intervals, prompting them to call in. There are some more advanced technology solutions that'll do that. But yeah, it just depends on your situation and how it kind of meshes with your existing sales process. There's a lot of options.
There sure are. Guys, I'm going to put my email address in here, hvacgreatness@gmail.com. Really easy, HVAC. You guys know this. Because here's the reality of it. You're going to want to reach out. I put everybody's email, all the presenters in there. I have Thomas in there. I've got Wendy in there. I've got John in there. There's some free gifts. There's some free strategy sessions. I think John's offering a 30-minute audit on, breakout session. Thomas probably has something that's similar. If you want to take advantage of this, and you really want to hire a professional, maybe you'll want to reach out to one of these three. And if you want to do this yourself, then let's talk about this. Let's have a conversation and let's see how we can squeeze this out, because everybody's situation is different. These guys aren't here to push you and sell you. They're here to support you and help you. And when you're ready, then you can step on and let them manage something on your behalf. But in the meantime, we have to do this ourselves until we get ready, depending on your size and how many employees and what this means to you. But our world has changed. We're living in a different world now. I'm 55. I'm an old timer for most of you guys, but for the younger generation, this is just the way it is. But when I started my business in 1989, it was the Yellow Pages, and things have come a long way since then. But the beauty of that is, you know what has not changed? It's people. People still respond to a connection at the core level. All right. You run that $99 special all the heck you want to, but your real return on investment is when they resonate with your message, when you project the values that they are looking for. And we can do this in a number of ways. We have to do this on the organic side, like Wendy talked about. We have to do this on the paid side equally well. Remember, we're solving problems. What is the problem that you're solving? What is the problem that you're solving? Are you, fixing an AC or furnace or putting in a new pump, or what is it that you're doing? I'm going to mute you there, Max. I think I got you. There you go. And so, but that's not what we want. Remember, there's external problems, there's internal problems, and then there's philosophical problems. We have to address all three. And an intelligent marketing campaign will help you bypass the external. They don't want you in their house. They don't want your furnace. They don't want your contactor, relay, capacitor, compressor, heat exchanger, or gas valve. What they want is my internal problem resolved today. And so that's what we have to communicate to. That's what we have to resonate with, is that peace of mind. Remember the little old lady at the beginning? I'm worried this guy's going to take advantage of me, or maybe the alpha white collar type of guy, and he's like, I'm an engineer and I understand these things, but yet they don't, and they have their insecurities. We're all human beings, so we have to be human beings at the core level and communicate that. communicate that. And that's all I wanted to say. Thomas, thank you so much. Did you have any thoughts before we start winding down that you want to throw in there? I have you on mute. I apologize.
No, that's all for me.
Okay, good. So you guys, I put over there in the group. I'm pretty sure. Let me make sure I typed it in. Sorry. Okay, there he is. Thomas Eder. Thomas at HVACengines.com. HVACengines.com, and there's should be a phone number in there. Can it? No. You use email as your primary resource, and that's Tom at HVACengines.com. I understand that because I'm all over the place too. So email him if you're of interest. We've got Wendy's information in there. We've got John's information in there. Hopefully this will help you guys. Any last questions? Come on, throw it out. The whole idea was you can throw a question out and we'll answer it, or the right person will answer it. And if you have a question specifically targeted at everybody, mention that when you have a question. We're winding down here. We got like 2 minutes. Anybody? No problem. Bunch of chickens out there. That's okay. We thank you so much for your time. Then what we're going to do is we'll wind down. We had rough. Oh, we got a new message. Hang on a minute. Sorry. Okay, Paul said he could not agree more with the relationship with your customers, everything. Pete, I gained a lot from this. Thank you so much. Hopefully you did too. Thomas, thank you, bro. I know that this was on the tail end. We threw this at you the last minute. Dennis Holman, shame on you for losing your internet. We were looking forward to your contribution because we know he always brings it, guys. Wendy, you're the best. Her organic approach is so refreshing. Hopefully, now I'm going to put this. This is recorded. I'm going to post this on the HVAC Greatness private group so you guys can go back and review. And I'll overlay the email addresses and contact information. And John, you're awesome. You just get in there and dial in and get in all the details. And you're really taking this. Art and right down to a science, as is Thomas, both of you guys. So we appreciate everybody's. Any last comments? We're going to wrap this baby up. If not, everybody good? Okay, listen, let me just say this. Adam, thank you for coming. Chris, thank you for coming. Darren Billington, my boy, thank you for coming. Felipe, muchas gracias por venirte. ¿Tú crees que no habla español? Yo hablo español también, no te preocupes. Okay, so a little bit of me showing off. John, Josh Moore, Juan, Kevin, Mark Portis, Mike, Paul, Mike Stark, Mike Rawlings, Virgil, Thomas, Wendy, thank you all you guys. We appreciate it. We'll see you on the next one. And as always, throw up in the group if you want to know something new. We may take this here, because obviously everything was condensed into way too short of a time, way too much information. But the idea is to just give you some kind of a strategy. We may take this and turn this into a week-long challenge like we've done in the past, or 2-week-long challenge, right? We don't do Friday nights or Saturday nights, but we do Sunday through Thursday, generally speaking, so that everybody can reserve that time for their family and then focus on work. So Pete Ramsey here, HVAC Greatness. Thank you guys, Adam, Virgil, Felipe. Thank you, John. Thank you, Thomas. Thank you, Wendy. We'll see you on the next one. Good? Y'all take care.